That was president. No, they play that. Welcome to the Protocol Roundtable, the flagship program of the Association of Certified Protocol Practitioners in Nigeria. Protocol Roundtable is a place where we take a deep dive into contemporary issues on protocol practice and diplomacy as it borders on Nigeria and the continent of Africa. In this edition, we'll be looking at the national flag. Is the national flag just a piece of cloth? Does it have any historical significance? What does the flag symbolize? These and many other questions will be answered by the experts. Join me on Saturday, the 22nd day of March 2025 by 7 p.m. West African time on our YouTube channel at ACPPN Nigeria for an empowering and interesting insights on protocol. Welcome you. Protocol is good. Protocol connects. Protocol unites. Welcome to the Protocol Roundtable, the flagship program of the Association of Certified Protocol Practitioners in Nigeria. Protocol Roundtable is a place where we take a deep dive into contemporary issues on protocol practice and diplomacy as it borders on Nigeria and the continent of Africa. In this edition, we'll be looking at the national flag. Is the national flag just a piece of cloth? Does it have any historical significance? What does will be answered by the experts. Join me on Saturday, the 22nd day of March 2025 by 7 p.m. West African time on our YouTube channel at ACCPN Nigeria for an empowering and interesting insights on protocol. Welcome you. Protocol is good. Protocol connects. Protocol unites.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Julius, can you check that we are live on,
yeah, we are live now.
on YouTube? Can the technical people check?
We are live.
Perfect, perfect.
Did you see anything? Yes.
Okay, please. Thank you so much. Keep joining, keep coming in. Minabai, good evening. Prince Benjamin, good evening. Welcome. Keep joining, keep joining. Keep joining, share the link, like, and make your comments. Please share the link. Keep joining. Yeah, Abebe, you're welcome all the way from Ethiopia. Nice to see you again. Thank you so much. Good evening. Let's keep sharing the link. Let's like, make our comments. Keep coming in, keep coming in. Good evening. Welcome to the ACPPN YouTube channel. Latifat Hassan, good evening. You're welcome. Yeah, Mutu Tijani, all the way from Canada. You're welcome. Good to have you. Share the link. Like the page and make your comments as well. Subscribe. Share the link for subscription, please. John Apollo, good evening, all the way from Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you so much. Please share the link, join. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Oga Kelly. John Odi. Good evening. Good to have you. Princeton Arigi. Princeton, good to have you. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Kelly, you need to mute, please. Mute. I think we're good to go. Let's keep joining. Let's keep joining. Let's keep joining. Good evening and welcome. Let's keep joining. Okay, this is 19 minutes past 7 Nigerian time. In the next 2 minutes, we will commence. to control from cannot control only one.
Yeah, you can reply back to them. Call your name out and send it first.
Ambassador, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think we can commence. People are members are coming in their numbers gradually. I don't know if we'll give them some time, but
Well, the whole thing takes about months.
sir?
So you still have some time.
Okay. So let's allow them to come in.
Give them another 3-4 minutes.
Okay, sir. All right.
to put on.
Yeah, Callistus Ugu. Good evening. Good to have you. Exactly. Look, I share that YouTube link. So for some groups. Give them some time, but so what it goes. I think this. Yes. Sir. And it doesn't make this thing. Okay, okay, let us go through that
No,
process.
they see that it's not.
Oh, process. You see? Like, give me
Welcome to the
talk like
Protocol Roundtable, the flagship program of the Association of Certified Protocol Practitioners in Nigeria. The Protocol Roundtable is the place where we take a deep dive into contemporary issues on protocol practice and diplomacy as it borders on Nigeria and the continent of Africa. In this edition, we'll be looking at the national flag. Is the national flag just a piece of cloth? Does it have any historical significance? What does the flag symbolize? These and many other questions will be answered by the experts. Join me on Saturday, the 22nd day of March 2025 by 7 p.m. West African time on our YouTube channel at ACCPN Nigeria for an empowering and interesting insights on protocol. Welcome you. Protocol is good. Protocol connects. Protocol unites. Welcome to the Protocol Roundtable, the flagship program of the Association of Certified Protocol Practitioners in Nigeria. The Protocol Roundtable is a place where we take a deep dive into contemporary issues on protocol practice and diplomacy as it borders on Nigeria and the continent of Africa. In this edition, we'll be looking at the national flag. Is the national flag just a piece of cloth? Does it have any historical significance? What does the flag symbolize? These and many other questions will be answered by the experts. Join me on Saturday, the 22nd day of March 2025 by 7 p.m. West African time on our YouTube channel at ACCPN Nigeria for an empowering and interesting insights on protocol. Welcome you. Protocol is good. Protocol connects. Protocol unites.
Okay.
Welcome to the Protocol Roundtable, the flagship program of the Association of Certified Protocol Practitioners in Nigeria. Protocol Roundtable is a place where we take a deep dive into contemporary issues on protocol practice and diplomacy as it borders on Nigeria and the continent of Africa. In this edition, we'll be looking at the national flag. Is the national flag just a piece of cloth? Does it have any historical significance? What does the flag symbolize? These and many other questions will be answered by the experts. Join me on Saturday, the 22nd day of March 2025 by 7 p.m. West African time on our YouTube channel at ACCPN Nigeria for an empowering and interesting insights on protocol. Welcome you. Protocol is good. Protocol connects. Protocol unites.
Donatus, welcome. Good evening. Bim, Isafadi. Okay, Bimbola. Good to see you. Welcome. So we're good to go. Okay. Greetings. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're joining us from all over the globe. Welcome to the Protocol Roundtable, the flagship program of the Association of Certified Protocol Practitioners in Nigeria, a body of protocol professionals from both the public and the private sector geared towards the promotion and enhancement of protocol practice in Nigeria and by extension, our sub-region, West Africa. The Protocol Roundtable is a place where we take a deep dive into contemporary issues on protocol and diplomacy practice as it borders on Nigeria and the continent of Africa. In this edition, we'll be looking at the national flag. Is it just a piece of cloth? Does it have any historical significance? What does the national flag symbolizes? Join us in this very empowering session. An interesting one as we, take insights into protocol practice. Please join us on our YouTube channel, ACPPN, for a very educative, empowering, and interesting insights on protocol. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, share, like, and make your comments. Today, we have a very senior diplomat in the house, who is our guest speaker. I will just take a brief introduction of our guest speaker. Our guest speaker was born in the diamond mining region in Eastern Sierra Leone. He studied politics and philosophy at the prestigious Forabe College University of Sierra Leone. And he joined the civil service in the early 70s. He pursued postgraduate studies in international relations and economic development in Netherlands, Sweden, and the United Kingdom. He rose through the ranks and became a permanent secretary, what they call Director General in Sierra Leone, in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Sierra Leone. He was the state chief of protocol in the office of the president for over a decade. He served in Sierra Leone missions in London and Tehran in Iran before he was posted to Banjul, the Gambia, and Guinea-Bissau as ambassador and head of mission in 2014. My guest is currently the executive director, I will say the pioneer, executive director of the Foreign Service Academy, Freetown. My guest is a justice of the peace. He's a keen sportsman, a teacher, author, and a mentor with extensive travel experience. He's a seasoned diplomat, like as I said. He's a certified corporate etiquette and international protocol consultant. And he has published an amazing book titled All Protocols Observed. This is the book, the beautiful book that was published by my guests. Do well to have a copy. He speaks fluent Swedish and other Scandinavian languages. He's married to a Fiji and has several children and 11 great-grandchildren. My guest is a grandfather. Distinguished viewers, members of ACCPN, wherever you're joining us from all over the world, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome His Excellency Ambassador Souliman Daramy, who is my guest today, and I will speak on the topic. the national flag, is it just a piece of cloth? Good evening and welcome, Your Excellency.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
This is a piece I wrote some time ago for the World Protocol Matters Conference in the UK. And today it is my honor and pleasure and privilege to share it with my colleagues in the sub-region. It is a discussion on flag protocol, diplomacy, and respect for our national flag. It is intended to provide clarifications on why citizens should handle their national flags properly as a mark of respect and reverence to our national identities. Let me begin. There are more than 250 nations in the world. A little over 195 of those are internationally and diplomatically recognized as independent sovereign states. Nigeria and Sierra Leone and all 52 African states also are countries in Asia, the Americas, Europe, and the numerous islands states across the oceans. In all of those nations, the most important symbol of sovereignty is their national flag. A country's flag is the most recognizable feature of that country. Basically, a flag is a piece of cloth or similar material cut in specific shape, color, and design, usually attached at one edge to a staff or cord. There are several different kinds of flags, such as table flags, outdoor hoist flags, indoor flags, vehicle flags, hand flags, and even parade flags. But a flag of cloth or material, be it table flag, be it hoist or vehicle flag. By their very color combination and design patterns, flags do symbolize various national sentiments of the nations they represent, as well as they beautify and give pageantry to buildings, locations, ceremonies, and international gatherings. For example, in the walkway of the United Nations headquarters in Geneva, with the array of member country flags, for instance, it is a magnificent sight, and at international gatherings, national flags stand in the center of the table where agreements, memoranda of understanding, and deals are signed. The general rule for displaying flag or flag etiquette. This tells us when, where, and how to display national flags. For example, national flags are raised at sunrise and lowered at sunset. National flags must occupy a position of honor, that is to say, to the right of itself, or on the right-hand side on a table, on the right-hand side of the building, on the passenger side of the vehicle, for example. Only one national flag can be flown on a flagpole. No flag should be flown above the national flag. A national flag should not touch the ground. At international functions, the place of honor is assigned to the guest flag. Flags are flown at half-mast. When the national flag is at half-mast, other flags should also be flown at half-mast, or not flown at all. A foreign flag which wants to fly must be observing the same period of mourning. There are generally two main features to national flags, namely the description. This is the design, the color shade, and how it should be displayed. And then the symbolism. What does it mean and what the flag stands for? Every citizen of a nation should endeavor to have an idea of the symbolism of their national flag and should be able to describe it accurately as well. The answer is to this guest. But the fact of the matter is that all countries in the world do have constitutional or legal provisions for the national flags. Consequently, only 2 countries in the world have flags that are almost identical. For example, Chad and Romania. And although several similarities exist worldwide, national flags are unique, peculiar only to the countries they represent. For example, Sierra Leone and Lesotho have same primary colors, but in reverse horizontal format. Guinea, Mali, Congo, they share similar primary colors, but in different configurations. Chad, Colombia, and Romania have the same primary colors also, but in very different patterns. For example, between the Turkish and the Tunisian flag is strikingly confusing, but yet different. While the easily recognizable characteristics of the flag of South Korea and Nepal speak to their uniqueness. This is so because a country's flag is a fingerprint of that nation. It is something of historical, cultural, and political significance to that country. Indeed, it is the main identity of the country. It is the identity card of that country. Country flags occupy special places of significance and reverence, and that puts them above all other flags in that country. The place of honor is reserved only for the national flag, except, of course, where the royal standard takes precedence over the Union Jack. Some countries have different common names or nicknames for their flags. For example, in the very United Kingdom, it is called the Union Jack. In Canada, it is called the maple leaf. In our neighboring Ghana, it is called the Black Star. In the United States, it is called the Star-Spangled Banner. In my country, Sierra Leone, our national flag comprises 3 horizontal bands of green at the top, white in the middle, and blue at the bottom. So it is simply and affectionately called the green, white, and blue. But no matter what they are called in different parts of the globe, national flags are things of sentimental value to all persons they are treated as such. Unfortunately, however, not many people can accurately describe their flags, or much less explain the symbolism. In some cases, their color combinations are a mumbo-jumbo of personal taste, color blindness, and a game of any shades of blue, green, yellow, or red, as the case may be. This is unfortunate. The color specifications of flags inherited at independence or as provided by law of the land must be the ones that are in use and must be maintained at all times. Placement of fringes on flags enhance the aesthetic of the flag. They are not part of the flag. They are simply decorations. But symbol is the identity of the country. It explains the struggles, the successes, the collaborations between groups, different groups in the country, and the figuration of the country as a whole. It explains the very existence of that country. This is the reason why we should give high honor to our national flags. National flags indeed are more than just a piece of cloth of material. They are recognized symbols of nationhood. They are the nation's pride. It is therefore the duty of every citizen to maintain respect towards your national flag. In my country, Sierra Leone, as indeed it is in Nigeria, and of course several other countries, the national flag is provided for in the constitutions. It is therefore a constitutional obligation on all citizens to give reverence to our national flags. Unfortunately, again, there are no specific flag codes legislated in some countries, like Sierra Leone, to determine how our national flag should be handled. What prevails in most of these countries is what is generally an internationally accepted flag protocol rule. But countries like South Africa, the United States of America, Canada, Saudi Arabia, India, but to name a few, do have strict flag rules and codes prescribed either by law or by acts of parliament. For example, a violation of a flag law by law and or up to 3 or more years imprisonment. In Saudi Arabia, the national flag is never flown at half-mast. This is because the national flag, in their own understanding and in its original format and correct format, carries some specific meanings and significance to that country. For example, in wartime, interestingly, in Philippines, the national flag is flown upside down to demonstrate that the country is in distress. In many countries around the world, protocol for flags is frequently violated, not intentionally, I am sure, but nonetheless violated. This is shameful and ridiculously disrespectful. These violations, I believe, are done out of ignorance or lack of knowledge about flag protocol. Some officials, for example, sit in their comfortable offices with flags situated on the wrong side of their table. Some public buildings I see along display flags on the wrong side of the building. And when several flags are displayed, due care must be taken to ensure that proper flag protocol is observed. Basically, to show respect for your national flag is to know flag etiquette and observe the rules. For instance, it is generally accepted to display flags from some buildings or flagstaff. Of course, if patriotic effect is desired, for example, a successful sporting event, national days, special celebrations, national flags must be displayed 24 hours, but only if they are well and properly illuminated at night. National flags displayed on or near every public institution should be in the correct position of honor and in very good condition. A dirty and tattered flag is unacceptable and should not be used. At public functions, particularly those with international participations, national flags of the guest should be properly flown at the correct position of honor. A breach of protocol considered very disrespectful to the country and its people. Heads of state, representatives of countries, as well as individual citizens are known to have reacted negatively when their country flags were displayed in inappropriate manner. During the London Olympics, the Chinese team refused to man the podium to receive their medals because they said they had the wrong flag. They claimed that one of the 4 smaller stars on the flag was inappropriately situated. Their protest was sustained. That was a manifestation of the highest respect of the national flag of a country. When several national flags are displayed, the place of honor always is assigned to the foreign flag by simply placing the flag order or different order for some other reasons to the right of the host flag. National flags on tables should always be on the right-hand side of the person sitting behind the table, or on the left of the visitor sitting on the opposite side of the table. During school hours, national flags should be flown in every school year to give a nationalistic effect. To maintain respect of our national flags, we should endeavor to practice correct protocol at all times. I'll give you a few. Do not have anything on the flag, insignia, pictures, or letters that are not part of the original form. Do not use your flags to carry anything. Do not keep a dirty and tattered flag at all times. Don't ever display your flag upside down or in the wrong format. Finally, permit me to leave you with some flag trivia, some food for thought, so you can enhance your flag knowledge while having fun, improving me wrong. All right, I'll give you 10. There is only one national flag in the world that is not rectangular. Out of the 54 countries in Africa, there are only 7 countries whose national flags do not have red or black. Both Nigeria and Sierra Leone are 2 of those. 21 countries in the world have the colors red, blue, and white as their primary colors in various configurations. There are 32 countries with only 2 colors. 2 countries in the world have 6 primary colors. Interestingly, both of them are in Africa, and both of their countries' spellings start with the letter S. You have 3 countries in the world where the obverse and the reverse side of their flag are not the same. There are 11 countries in the world that have no top or bottom, so they don't have problem of putting their flag upside down. That means it could be flown on either side of the long side, on top or at the bottom. And indeed, Nigeria is one of those countries. Only one country in the whole world depicts human beings on its national flag. One national flag in the world incorporates a whole actual building on its design. And finally, there are only 4 countries in the world, and 3 of those, the country's spelling starts with the letter S. Anybody who could give complete answers to all of those, please send it to Julius or the organizers of this one, and then you get a signed copy of my protocol book, autographed copy. Let me take this opportunity to thank you for having me on this program, and I look forward to receiving your candid comments so we could improve our understanding of flags in the country. Thank you for your kind audience. Nice.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Ambassador. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Our dear viewers, you've heard it's mind-blowing information that we've got today's edition of the Protocol Roundtable. It's amazing. So the floor is open. Send in your questions. Send in your questions. Donatus, in selecting a flag for any nation, do we consider other symbols or colors to avoid clashes? Secondly, why do we have 2 flags when the president is addressing the nation? Ambassador, I hope you are taking notes. Ambassador, Mr. Donatus is asking, in selecting a flag for any nation, do we consider other symbols or colors to avoid clashes? Secondly, why do we have two flags when the president is addressing the nation? That's from Mr. Donatus. Thank you so much, Mr. Okorie Paul, Mr. Ete. Patricia, thank you so much for joining. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, keep your questions coming. Keep your questions coming. A lot has been revealed. A lot has been revealed.
Do you want me to
Robert
answer?
Obiezi, Folabi. Okay, let's take this question from Donatus. Let's take that question from Donatus.
Please, can you read it one at a time?
Okay, the question is, in selecting a flag for any nation, do we consider other symbols or colors to avoid clashes? That is one. Secondly, why do we have two flags when the president is addressing the nation? Ambassador, you
Okay,
can
I answer that? You want me to answer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll take the second one.
Go ahead, sir.
When presidents address nations, there are always two flags. You remember, we are talking of national flags. Flags, generally, you have all kinds of flags. You have institutional flags, you have personal flags, you have organizational flags, you have group flags, and so on, and services flag. The president's flag is what is called services flag. So there is always a presidential flag, which is a sign of authority to that individual, and there is the national flag. So whenever you see a president sandwiched by two flags, the one on his or her right, the one on his or her left-hand side is the presidential flag. That is the service flag. Question number one, the first one was, when we choose flags, do we have to take other people's into consideration? The answer is no. You choose colors and insignias that are of significance to the existence of that state. For example, in Sierra Leone, we had chosen the three colors. Green for us represents our agriculture and forestry. White represented peace. You remember we gained independence without a fight. It was very peaceful. They wanted to demonstrate it in our national flag. The blue, if you read your geography well, we had the best natural harbor in West Africa. It represents our harbor and the seas and the blue seas. That is why we have every country chooses colors and insignias to represent its national identity. Yes, next questions. Did you get that? Can you hear me, Julius? Beautiful.
Check your phone.
And the network.